like a project city. It's going to be they're going to be using all types of technology to rebuild the city. That's why I said that they're going to have an area for the Palestinians, the affordable housing area, and then they're going to have an area for I guess the elite workers like the management people, and then they might have a suburban type vibe going on there. But them low affordable houses, they're gonna be like pods. They're gonna be like projects was in the 80s, the 70s
like,
and 80s.
Qatar, like Qatar.
And they're gonna be tall. They're gonna have like tall, like they have Dubai. They're gonna use Dubai design where they had them over super tall.
You seen what they're doing over in Qatar, right? The city over in Qatar.
I heard about them supposedly being trained over in the Air Force over here, but I ain't seen what's going on over there though.
Well, the same way, like they rebuilding the city and stuff like that. I think they just built this huge stadium because they hosted the World Cup.
Right.
So they had guys living really essentially on site in these pods.
Living in pod.
And then they couldn't go nowhere.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they couldn't go nowhere. It was somewhat of a type of involuntary slavery because they were paying them next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But they still were getting more than what they were getting back home.
It's called what do they call it? Being a work slave, being deemed as a work slave. So you don't really, you're not really getting anywhere, but you can't not do what they have for you to do. You don't have enough resources or benefits to break away from the system you're under, but you have just enough to remain within that system.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
China do that. That's why a lot of people got sick over in COVID. Like that Apple factory, the iPhone factory. They pretty much don't go nowhere. Everything is you live around that facility.
Right. So as far as because what was being said in regards to the spike of unemployment in America was due to the fact that they shut down the government and the funding that was needed for such whatever departments or whatever parts of the federal government it is, whether it be the Treasury or whatever, where they get federal funds to pay the salaries. The cutting, just them closing down the government for this bit of time has cost a whole lot of, supposedly has allegedly spiked up the unemployment amongst the black people.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of people jobs cut because there's a lot of people who got jobs, work for home jobs that they don't do nothing. Like, do we really need this program? I seen one of the transgender pregnancy prevention program. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean, and then it's like, you get the compassionate black folks and them, the same people that had them, that are relatives to them people that had them federal jobs where they wasn't hard. They said, I don't be doing nothing at work. And it's a day full of bullshit. You get a high salary. Now your gravy train ran out. It's supposed to be such raised sensitivity because you lost your good job. Used to brag at the come to the cookout, stunning on niggas talking about your good federal job. Motherfucker working at the factory, you shit on them. Now you're gonna need to holler at the motherfucker. They might be hiring at the factory. Shit, you can put on your resume you worked at for the federal government and whatever you was doing back then. And it's like it come down to it though. Just get up. Them jobs be secure for them niggas. Some niggas' jobs is not that secure. So niggas, I say, like, paid in full. When Cameron was in paid in full, he said niggas die every day. Niggas get fired every day, B. So why should I feel, sorry, too bad. But gee whiz, man, if it happened to me, I know what to expect because it didn't happen to me before. And I done had to make an adjustments and make my move from that regard. So it still go back to like how people just continually try to be like, well, I'll Trump this, Trump that. Trump is not necessarily the direct issue in your particular situation. It's just a convenient punching bag. You get up in the morning and you go on the internet to try to find out what the fuck Trump doing and don't even know what the fuck you done within your own household. You don't shoot don't you got a bill to pay today?
And this ain't the first time the government been shut down.
Yeah, it ain't, but they talking about it's been longer than ever and the Republicans can stop it. Man, if the Republicans could stop it, it would already be passed because the issue has still been that y'all want to add this particular stipulation on it. They already said, well, we could discuss this later on down the line. Just pass this clean bill to keep the government open. But they don't want to do that because right now, this is about to be the midterms. They want to have an example. We make an example so somebody could step ahead and start running for a congressional seat or, even set themselves up to begin their run for presidency, like a J.B. Pritzker. But, hey, man, I think everybody playing. They all out here playing. If they ain't playing for them, they playing on us.
I tell you who ain't playing. The Republicans is jockeying for position early. I'm like, damn, he really just in pregame mode. He really only been in like 6 months. You still got 3 more years in this.
No, that motherfucker been in there. What is this? October. It's been a good 9. And he done a whole lot in them 9. And everybody, I was talking about eggs all through Biden and the beginning, but them eggs is closer than what they used to be than it was when he first got in there.
Mm-hmm.
And what else I do? I don't drink milk though, but the bread kind of leveling out, but shit. But I mean, eggs
went down considerably.
Yeah, because I mean that's what my staple item that I put for my groceries, because I like to have a good breakfast. But I don't know, man. It just gets to the point where they're sending them people down there to Memphis, and Memphis is out there. They got the testimonials of the people out there. Now, it may very well be right-wing propaganda. Might be just as much killing and ass kicking as it generally is in Memphis. And maybe the quiet is just an illusion. But if you go into the midterms, if you're a Republican, and you're going in the midterms against a Democrat that's talking anti-Trump, and you have all these results to the campaign upon, we're just going to keep President Trump's mission on, and it's all about peace and economic prosperity, strength through peace. What's that saying? Trump be saying strength through goddamn about the war shit, strength through something. Maybe it is strength through peace. I don't know, but really all this is a setup for another election. Basically, it's always about the illusion of the attainment and the maintainment of power, and the destruction, the taking away of power too. So, but I don't know, man. What you think? What you think all these? Because I got the ice. I'm right up here with the ICE people. I see how they playing the propaganda game with the ICE people. Yeah, I'm like, damn, the little boy that they had with the handcuffs was actually from Texas. And that was his father was a police officer playing cops and robbing with the little boy. The video came out in 2018. Why would that be on the news? Because I'm right in Chicago. On the news, I saw that on the news. They played that. They showed that picture several times throughout the beginning of the news day when that story first broke. I'm like, damn, that looks odd. Why would they need to put the little toddler in here and cuff? But then I remember the type of media I'm working with.
Well, they paint the picture that Chicago is so violent and dangerous that you'd be a fool to go outside.
See,
hold on, bro. Hold on, listen. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Are you good? What up, birds? What up, good? Hold on, y'all.
Yeah. That's where they paint the picture. Is that Chicago just so violent that you can't even go outside.
See, but the thing they miss about it is that this Chicago is extremely segregated. You can go from pocket to pocket. You can like basically have one foot in one type of condition of the county, because you can't really just say Chicago. Chicago's the area downtown. If you talk too far from downtown, you ain't talking about Chicago. You're talking about suburbs, but it's still Cook County. You can step in one little area of Cook County, whether it be urban downtown Chicago all the way out to the outskirts of Cook County, and you'll have two different social type of demographics popping up. Like I can drive my car and it just be like kind of like storefront type stuff, and then pull into where it's like $1 million, $2 million homes with 4-car driveways and stone. I'm like, man, goddamn, it's good money over here. Like the mob's old areas. But it's like it ain't like that Wild West scenario. It depends on where you are. It depends on what time you is where you is. It ain't, even during the crack era when it was kind of like wild, it ain't never gonna be where it's just like all day long you hearing bullets and shit, niggas just getting shot every 5-10 minutes, man. You got to have situational awareness of what environment you in. You can if you go around looking like you green and confused, you're gonna be what is known as a victim.
True. And just anywhere
though. Yeah, that's even like if you in the suburb, you take your black ass out to them white folks suburbs and see how fast they pick the skin off your black head. So that motherfucker, little boy, back a few years ago, that nigga was Amari Arbery, he running through the motherfucking he a track runner. You know what the white boys got in that truck trying to figure out what he running for. To each his own kind, but if your kind ain't got no motion, you better start in your individual situation and get some motion going. Cause ain't nobody like a beggar, ain't nobody gonna hand you shit.
The street I stay on, if a car, if somebody, so my street is it's off of a busy street, but you really gotta have purpose to really drive on my street. If that kind of makes sense.
Right. I know you live in an enclave.
Yeah.
So
you can see Clarksville Highway from where I live at, but if you ain't got no business being on my street, and I see you walking down my street, black or white, I'm finna come outside on the porch. Now you can walk down one time. You can walk down one time, but hey, you circle the block.
Right, you sound like you casing the joint. Like they casing the joint then.
Yeah. And definitely, like you said, Amar, whatever his name was, definitely if I see you going into vacant houses, people around, I'm finna ask you what you got going on. Right.
And that kind of like correlates to like yesterday said that they had one little black boy, he got tackled. They showed him on the ground with the ice agent on him, and the boy was in the Walgreens and just started running out the Walgreens. Why is you? And I mean, people might get scary and shit like, but then little boy, if you ain't done, why is you running? And the ICE people came in the store looking for somebody, I guess, and the little black boy started running too, and you hear his relatives talk, oh, he's an American citizen. That's my cousin-in-law, some shit like that. I'm like, man, this is when the shit really looks fake for real. Why the fuck is you so far away from the little nigga then?
Mm-hmm.
That's that setup. So y'all done put up another scene like, oh, the ICE is attacking. Man, it's programming. Yeah, and like you said, your folks thought that they was kidnapping niggas. Where they gonna take a nigga to? The nigga is the America, United States of America's property. We government property, niggas. Ain't unless you just a terrorist type of nigga. And if you a terrorist type of nigga, I have yet to. You've been terrorist to your own kind because you ain't bust no grave nowhere else where you're noteworthy. You're not a DC sniper. You know, some of them other type of folk. You just a nigga that think you tough. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The ice is down here, and the ice, from what I seen, some of the protests, I don't really see no niggas out there, but the niggas I do see, you could tell they kind of paid protesters. And it's like they want to drag the black folks into the situation when the black folks have been the one most detrimentally impacted by the situation in the first place.
I seen a video on Facebook. There was like when they had all the race riots and the segregation going on back in the 60s and 70s. You didn't see no Hispanics?
No.
Or no Asians?
No, they came, you know, they had the brown berets, but I think the brown berets was them Cuban motherfuckers. You know, Che Guevara niggas and shit. But no, we ain't never had no help. And then it's like when they came here, you know, the black folks, I guess they might get their hood. I don't know about section. I was hearing numbers like 800. They get 800. They bring the migrants in, they get $8,000 stipends and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you realize what a nigga could do with $8,000 a month?
Anything is a helping hand.
Thank you.
$200 food voucher. You know, anything.
And that could have been spread around. They give 8,000 to one or two people. And when they could spread that around and give 1,000 to 4 people, 500 to 8. You know how, you know what I'm saying? They could, y'all giving motherfuckers illegal migrants reparation type money.
Like you said, they're trying to build a voter base, and they almost passed a law where illegal immigrants could vote. If they were able to have did that with the amount of people that they had let over here, it would have been a unanimous decision.
If Kamala would have won.
Yep. Man, I'm talking about hands down, because they had let over, what, like 40, 50 million people?
No, they say 20-something, 22 million. Yep, if Kamala would have won, boy, shoot, they'd have had folks damn near had niggas bent over.
Yeah.
You know, they're already on them all types of you know, they want all these type of, they want the trans folks and teaching the elementary school, kindergarten children. It's just the you know, just all types of and not to say I'm a Bible thumping ass nigga, but you know, just in the name of decency, they were advancing things that were against, you know, decency. Why would you want to give a child the choice to alter his body for life, just on the sake of an emotional feeling?
Mm-hmm.
You can't even really you know, I guess it's the 25 when you be supposed to have your rational self about yourself. You can't really try a kid as an adult until they reach a certain age, but you can tell them, okay, well, you can change your whole gender, which you cannot do. You know, you got to lie to them to make them feel like they can do what you promising them to do for them. You got to lie to them, tell, well, I can make you a girl. But then you know in your mind, as if you're a medical person and no biology, you can't make nobody nothing than what they is. But you got to fool the gullible child like mine that's what you can do. And make them believe it. So when they grow up and they find out that motherfucker was lying to me, they have an emotional breakdown and start shooting up shit. In the name of going back to school.
See, Gavin Newsom done banned the sales of some handguns out there.
Man, shit, the guns are already out there. The criminal ain't gonna get his motherfucking gun registered no goddamn way.
tried to he trying to ban like the Glocks, the guns that can be converted to fully automatic.
Man, Gavin Newsom is a fucking cream puff. How the fuck you gonna get rid of the guns already? Ain't nobody what he gonna do, a buyback for all the guns, all them type of guns he getting rid of out there already? A criminal ain't giving a motherfucking fuck about what he banning. If that's in their arsenal, they gonna take this. That's why Switch is still out here. Some of these niggas still take a penitentiary chance with them goddamn switches. Oh, yeah, man. Shoot. Well, shoot, man, I'm go ahead on and get cause I got to go into the plantation tonight.
Oh, it's a bit.
So shoot, I'm off this weekend. I'll be hollering at you, man.
Okay. All
right, man, peace. Hello, Bird's probably gone. Gage probably gone. Hey, Velvet. Hey, Keandra. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not exactly Mr. Sexy. I'm not exactly decent. Sorry, ladies. I didn't mean to come out indecent, but I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me for a moment. I was just chatting with my guy, Mr. Sales, about world events. You know what I mean? And in my mind, it's like, okay, the world is going to keep on turning. You have to be able to make sure that you have a firm grip upon what that is in front of you and which that you can control. Don't go elsewhere like we get on these devices and we look for things in order to distract ourselves about, Nicki Minaj and American Express card and other random bullshit like that. But meanwhile, don't you think it's time for you to scrub down them steps going down to the front door? Because it's about to be wintertime and you don't want to have them dirty steps out there when it start getting snowing and people start tracking in dirt again. Go and clean them goddamn stuff down. 2 palms up, y'all, to receive all blessings. Put 2 palms up to receive all blessings. Be willing to receive and not just so eager to just hold on to what's dwindling away from you. And many times I have to speak that upon myself, pretty much daily. Remember that your universe starts from within you. If you look out in the world and you see negativity, then more than likely you'll find your way into being a negative situation or have negative results. But, I guess this ties into, rejoice, wake and rejoice. And for this is a day that the Lord has made, and be glad in it. Don't be sad. Don't be mad. Don't be bitter. Don't be jealous. Don't be envious. Be not fretful, but be glad in it. So that being said, man, y'all have y'all a great afternoon. I'll be back on here, maybe on my way to work, because that's really what it is. I don't think I'm gonna cut my hair today. I think I'll wait till the weekend to work on my hair. Mr. Charles said I need to go to a barber. I'll be damned by giving a nigga damn near $100-something to do what I do. Been doing for the past 3-4 decades. Peace and love, y'all. I'm out. I'll holler at y'all next time, man.